Hi everybody, welcome to my channel or my store, wherever you are. Okay, let's read this from The Secret, page 66. All right. And it reads, when you say to yourself, I'm going to have a pleasant visit or a pleasant journey, you are literally sending elements and forces ahead of your body that will arrange things to make your visit or journey pleasant. When before the visit or the journey or the shopping trip, you are in a bad humor or fearful or apprehensive of something unpleasant, you are sending unseen agencies ahead of you which will make some kind of unpleasantness. Our thoughts, or in other words, our state of mind, is ever at work fixing up things, good or bad, in advance. That's interesting, isn't it? Okay, so I did get a letter from Charles Heath, who basically told me that he used the law of attraction to go from being dirt poor. I believe he's Caucasian. He said that he had a type of poverty that he didn't think that most people knew existed in America. And he said he used the power, or he met someone who taught him how to think different. And he went to from nothing to $2 million in sales. So that was great. Yep. And another guy, I mean, there's a lot of great stories, you guys. But let's just get down to this reading so some of these great things will start happening to you too. Okay? All right. So you guys, it looks like things have been happening for some of you. The very first card we have here is the Wheel of Fortune. And I see the Wheel of Fortune in this spread representing the law of attraction. Okay? And to me, what it's saying is that as you focus on your wealth, your fortune turns towards the positive. As you focus on your lack, your fortune turns towards the negative. Now, the obstacle here, or the second card in the spread, is the Chariot. Okay? And I see the Chariot here as saying this. You and I are in the driver's seat of our fortune. Okay? This is fortune going up and down, and this is us. Okay, here in the Chariot card, you see that there's somebody driving the chariot. It's not driving itself. So to me, it's saying that you and I are in the driver's seat of our own fortune. Now, a lot of people feel that it's good luck that's in the driver's seat. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying, no, you control the wheel, and I bring you the fortune of your focus. Now, take notice of the four winged creatures on the traditional Rider-Waite deck of the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? There's the Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus, the four fixed signs. Now, notice that while the wheel is turning, they are focused on something, aren't they? Yeah, See, they are focused on something as the wheel is turning. So the focus either turns that wheel up, or that focus can turn that wheel down. So this lady sent me a testimony, and she was just basically saying that her old man walked out on them. They're just three of them now, the son, the daughter, and her, and she just got scared one morning. She woke up just in this fear of lack. And she gently guided her thoughts for the first time in her life. She said she felt like the real success was being aware of the fact that she was thinking lack about money. And so she said she caught herself. She was like, hold up. No, I want to gently lead my mind into another thought, which is $1,500 a week. She said almost immediately, to her surprise, a thought came to her mind about what she could do in order to move in that direction that day. And then the Wheel of Fortune showed up later on that evening when she accidentally called a friend. She had two friends' names mixed up in her phone. And so she thought she was calling A, but ended up calling B. And when she was like, oh, hey, B, how you doing? B was like, you know what? I've been meaning to call you because I want some insurance. So the twist of fate came in. You see how the Wheel of Fortune kind of twisted some stuff up in order to bring her the fortune of her focus. I thought that was an excellent idea that she shared with us. So the crowning card is the Four of Wands, okay? And the Four of Wands stands for stability. The number 4 is stability. Wands are talking about actions. So this week you guys will be taking some type of action that will promote stability. We have the Cancer card here, the Chariot, in the back here. All right? And that rules the house of Cancer rules the house of security, stability, home, family, and with the Four of Wands, it looks like you guys are really going to do something to generate this money that's very safe and secure. And so you guys could be moving towards maybe a family's business. Maybe you could be working for your family. Maybe you start a home-based business. Also, since the Four of Wands represents stability, home, security, they're saying that more than likely with the Chariot as the obstacle, either with fast movement or no movement, they're saying you're probably not going to make a move unless it's stable. Okay? So some of you may increase your finances by doing something really grounded and stable, like perhaps a new career, a second job. Maybe, like for instance, if you drive trucks, you're going to take another route, additional, maybe you're going to add something new to your business. Whatever it is, it's very stable and it leads to stability in a home with a family. All right. Also, since we have the Cancer card here that talks about stability and security, I believe what the Tarot is trying to say is become at home with this figure. Like, spend some time with getting to know it. Invite it in your home. Talk to your wife about it. Plan about it. Just talk. Hey, you know, what do you think about $1,500 a week? What would we do with that? I heard, since we're talking about, you know, the Cancer and number 4 and stuff like that, I heard that before a mom brings her baby home from the doctor, she has diapers prepared for the baby, bottles. They know where the baby's going to sleep. You know where you're going to do with the baby before you go, you know, while you're at work. So with this Cancer card here and the Four of Wands very strongly, I would really suggest you guys begin to play with the energy. Like, okay, if I in fact did pull in $1,500 a week, what would I do with that money? Would I give it to an accountant to manage and put into different investment accounts? Should I just let the money go to a CD and just allow me, you know, to mess with 700 of that? Do I want to, so just the Cancer card and the stability card and the celebration card is saying get into the place where you're very familiar with the energy and just play with it. Just play with it. Just have fun with the energy. Now, at the bottom of the spread is the Lovers. That's what's in your subconscious mind. So a lot of you are thinking about your significant other and how you want to bring something to the table. You know, maybe just something more for the kids or for the two of you. Also, it talks about making a head over heart decision. And to me, in regards to this financial reading, it to me is saying, okay, $1,500 a week. Having $1,500 a week is a very different frequency than wanting $1,500 a week. Those are two different radio stations, all right? Like if you want to listen to Live 105, which is heavy metal, then you have to go to Live 105. If you want to listen to smooth jazz, that's at 99.7. All right. So a lot of people want to go to 99.7 and sit there and wait to hear some heavy metal. Well, a smooth jazz station ain't going to be playing no heavy metal because that's not the frequency that you go to if, in fact, you want to listen to heavy metal. You have to go to another frequency, which is 105 Live, to listen to heavy metal. So a lot of you, are going to really have to make a head over heart decision about controlling your thoughts and controlling your heart. Even when you have a compulsion to want to think lack or to, just think whatever your mind or heart wants to think. It's like, no. I'm going to gently lead my thoughts back to what we're trying to do here, and you're going to do a very good job with that with the Emperor right in front of you. That's what I'm talking about. Some of y'all ain't playing. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Y'all just ain't playing. So this is the future. The future card is the Emperor, the number 4. So we have 2 4s. Well, 3 with the Cancer ruling the 4th house. And for me, when any minor arcana comes up with the same number of a major, it is underscoring the aspects of that major's power. Okay, so in this case, the 4 of Wands is coming up with the Emperor, which is the number 4. And in this reading, it's underscoring the aspect of the Emperor's reign. So the 4 of Wands by itself kind of to me emphasizes establishing structures to make a stable existence, a joyous existence. And then here we have the Emperor in the future, and the Emperor legislates that structure and organizes it into systems that will result in making money. All right. And since the Emperor is ruled by Mars, this card can be influenced by an Aries or a Scorpio, but whatever the case is, Mars is the energy behind it, and Mars rules the military. So there may be something that's very militant about some organized systems that are just absolutely necessary for success. Okay, so you guys are going to take some idea that'll come to you rather quickly as you take control of your own destiny in your own mind and begin to think thoughts of abundance. Then you guys are going to get a lot of different thoughts, but you're going to choose the one that's going to render you the most stability in your family. You're not going to go forward with some cat brain idea. You know, we're going to sell hot dogs in New York. No, the more stable it is, the more likely you are to go in that direction. Okay, so then you crystallize those steps because they are aligned with your true self and they are aligned with your values, and you legislate those steps into something that is that has authority. Well, put it this way: when the Emperor appears in a reading, it is a sign of financial stability, ambition, authority, and achievement. Okay, this card is a wonderful omen for business and career matters because it shows great progress, and you will be in a very powerful position to achieve your goals with the Emperor ahead like that. Okay, so great things with the Emperor. Yeah, and also, again, an Aries or Scorpio could play a key factor in your prosperity in the next week or two. The Emperor also teaches us that we just simply cannot do business without relationships. So the advice from the Emperor is you need to keep a calm head at this time to make decisions based on facts and not be overly influenced by your emotions, okay? Because the Emperor is here to remind us to look at situations in a more rational manner and not to become overly emotional regarding issues, like to look at things with a clear head in order to receive successful results and financial stability for the family. Also, your ritualized focus is going to, again, produce some type of idea that you're going to follow through on and get some money, but it's very stable. Very stable. Okay, so the next card is how you see yourself. How you see yourself. Well, you see yourself as ready to launch headfirst into this project. Okay, this is called the double action card because the wands alone represent action, and then the knights are the action cards of the court cards. So, like, you're ready to get into action, baby. Let's do this. Let's do it now, right now. For some of you, this is going to require travel. You might have some type of business idea where you would have to travel. Others of you would just require a lot of work, but you seem to be on fire and full of passion regarding this work. You could be heavily influenced by a Sagittarius, Leo. I wanted to say Capricorn, but or an Aries. Also the Gemini, since the Gemini card was in your subconscious mind, sun, moon, or rising, but more exact, probably their Venus is in Gemini. Anyway, so the advice for this card is to slow down a little bit, baby. It's all right. It's all right, baby. Okay. All right now. All right. Just slow down, get the information that you need. Make sure that you have everything lined up so that, you look good doing what you want to do here, that you don't look crazy. Okay? So, for some of you who this reading resonates, things may not have turned out the way you expected. Okay? And you just need to know that it is healthy to grieve what has been lost, and it is important to take the time to heal. Some of you who are grieving some type of loss, whether it's a kinship, a relative, a loss of a friend, a relationship, reach out to your friends and family and wise counselors for support and comfort. Okay, because you don't have to experience grief like that by yourself. The Five of Cups definitely signifies loss and basically the challenges of dealing with that loss. So, since we had the Lovers earlier in the subconscious mind and the Five of Cups outside coming in, I would say that some of you are experiencing some type of loss. You had to make a head over heart decision, and you are experiencing deep sadness as a result of the decision that you had to make in order to, to be in charge of your best interest. So, but sometimes this card can represent somebody being dramatic, right? I mean, just a little bit. I mean, who goes around in a black cape? I mean, really? Okay, so he has a black cape on, and he's crying by the river. It's like, okay, come on here. So it's like there are 5 cups they have spilled onto the ground, and there are 3 that's at his feet, but there's 2 that's still standing, and he doesn't even seem to notice these upstanding cups because he's so focused on the fallen cups. And look at him. Ahead of him is a powerful river that flows. Look at that river between himself and that castle. You see that bridge? Uh-huh. But look at what he's looking at. Lack. What hurts. What he doesn't have. What's wrong? What makes him bleed inside? What makes him hurt inside? Yearning, pain, sorrow, madness. And look at that castle. I mean, it's like just a thought away. Just a thought away. Look, so ahead of him, he has this river that flows between himself and the castle or that home in the distance. To his right, again, you see that bridge over there? That bridge can take him from across the river to his house. So, despite the fact that this card does have very strong feelings of loss, it's a terrible card actually, but you can prolong it by focusing on what's bad, or you could expedite it by looking at all the money you got to make. So in regards to finances, the Five of Cups could talk about someone just feeling emotionally lost. Maybe you never felt secure before, and you're just used to feeling bad. And so the idea of having enough and feeling good, you're just completely lost with that because and it's like some of you already have a lot of stuff, especially with the Four of Wands crowning the reading. And the Emperor in the future, and the recent past was the Sun, but the Sun is basically saying that you guys have already started producing some really good things in your life and getting some results. Okay, so the next card is the advice from the Tarot, and the advice is to perhaps delve into some type of study learning that will maybe help you make some money, okay? And you may know what that is for you. You may not. Maybe you need a real estate license. Maybe you need to have a certification to be a dental hygienist. Maybe you need to just go ahead and move from LVN to RN. Maybe you need to go back to school to get some type of certification. Whatever the case is, Tarot is advising some really practical steps in the direction of making $1,500 come. It could be learning something new, just getting your work of higher quality, but it always means with the book open. And the final card is the Ace of Cups.
I love it. I love it. I love it. If you receive the Ace of Cups in a reading, then either you are being blessed or you will be blessed in a very promising time and in a very promising way. Okay, the Ace of Cups is like a giant gift from the heaven. You must have done something right, baby, and congratulations. Because when the Ace of Cups presents itself like strongly in a reading about work or wealth, you can pretty much guarantee that you have much abundance in your future. How about that? But the primary purpose of the Ace of Cups in a business reading or in a money reading is to point out that the way that you will feel about your business life is going to be better and more secure. The way that you feel emotionally just about money and security, it's going to be, you might, get a healing. Also, this can represent new love. The idea of getting more secure will just make you a magnet to someone with whom you had some sexual attraction with, and then you move to getting to know each other better. For some of you, you are already in permanent relationships, especially with the Emperor card and the lovers there, the Four of Wands crowning, and maybe you and your partner are just going to fall in love with each other again. But I definitely feel that here, the Ace of Cups in a reading is signifying some type of emotional event. It could be like the beginning of a new love, a friendship, or the first step on a spiritual journey. But more than anything, when I see the Ace of Cups, I feel that someone is feeling very emotionally fulfilled. So, whatever this new thing is, that through the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot, you're going to focus on it because you're in the driver's seat. The Wheel of Fortune is going to bring you the fortune of that thought. You're not moving until you have stabilized yourself with that movement. And then you're going to start organizing systems in order to move successfully in that direction. I saw you being very passionate, although, you might be going through a little bit of heartache. If in fact you do get extra training or you start studying, I do feel like you will be very emotionally fulfilled with whatever this endeavor is, and you're going to help other people feel emotionally fulfilled. So for some of you, you could go back to a family business. I saw that in the cards for someone. They were going to return to a family business, and it's what they really wanted to do. So not only are they going to be making an enormous amount of money, but they're going to be around their people when they do it. Okay? This card could also represent someone being pregnant and having a baby. But anyway, as far as work and money and the law of attraction and basically focusing on $1,500 a week, it looks like it's going to make you just feel emotionally better. I know that when I think about just having 6,000 a month and there are no problems, like, yeah, it's just there. It's there. Like, there's no need to fear that something is going to be taken away from you when you are looking at having it. The only thing to fear is taking your mind onto some type of lack thought. See, that's the only thing to fear. And I have boundaries to control my thinking. That's what the lovers is trying to say too, on a spiritual level. A head over heart decision. I'm not going to allow my mind to go into a place of lack because my heart is hurting. My heart would be just fine. I could look at all the great things that I have going for me. But I feel that a lot of you just may come out of depression just because you'll start seeing that you have money and there is no lack. I don't ever have to think like that again. I can heal whatever experience caused me to start thinking in a very ungodly way. I notice that when I think abundantly, I feel God's presence just emanating from the head to toe. And that's exactly what's going to happen to you guys as you guys begin to focus this week on $1,500 a week. So send me your testimonies, you all. And this may also indicate that somebody just may start falling back in love again with their husband or with their spouse. Or there may be some, well, It's not new love, but someone with whom you're probably getting to know better. You guys may start getting to know each other a little better. I see the Ace of Wands more as brand new. So, okay, that's all I got for you. Stay tuned for next week's $1,500 a week. Okay, all right. Bless you.